Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're looking at 3 1v1s played between oKhaliD and Davoof. These were played just over 3 weeks ago near the start of the season. The reason I wanted to record it now for you guys, well, there's 2 reasons. Number 1, can never get enough of oKhaliD 1v1. But number 2, Davoof has recently been announced as the new teammate of kuxir97 and Dead Monster for the upcoming season of RLCS. Full Italian roster, that's awesome to see. Definitely a team and a player that you'll want to keep your eye on. Because I think Dead Monster is one of the most underrated threes players. Well, maybe the most underachieved threes player, or one of the most underachieving threes players in the scene of up-and-coming players. He's phenomenal. We all know that if you've watched his 1v1s for a long time. Oh my goodness, what a save by oKhaliD. Fakes the challenge, flips back away from the air dribble bump, and then gets a goal line save. Very nicely done, as he looks to buy himself some time here to grab boost. Yeah, really interested to see how that full Italian roster is going to go. Davoof, as you'll see in these games, very mechanical. He's definitely a player you can expect to see just chilling in the top 100, top 50, sometimes top 20 of 1v1. I think right now he's somewhere around 30th. oKhaliD, I think, is 4th place, so they're both very high-rated players. No doubt oKhaliD's a favorite here. I think this team has potential to make regionals in Europe. The full Italian squad. Definitely one to keep your eye on. Another mind game from oKhaliD here, so definitely winning these close to the ball exchanges. oKhaliD's a player who, of course, is so legendary for his 50-50 game that a lot of players are quite scared of giving him that time on the ball, close to the ball, so they actually back off and panic in these situations against him. There's players who are able to match oKhaliD's 50-50, so have historically done quite well against him. Players like Jarius and more recently Abjack. These are players who aren't going to shy away from those 50-50s, and they're not going to panic flip at them and give oKhaliD the mind games that he often looks for to mix up his challenge game. This time Davoof able to anticipate it, but his boost is running dry. So is oKhaliD, but he will be able to work his way towards the 100. Sees the early challenge coming through. It still connects. oKhaliD is trying to outplay that early challenge with an immediate touch on the ball. Davoof still able to go right through it. Bit of a giveaway of possession though. Now oKhaliD with a very nice back corner recovery. Very fast way to recover it on the sidewall there. It's now a good recovery for Davoof coming through, but he doesn't get the bump or the demo in the corner. It's a bit unfortunate. He was very close to landing contact onto oKhaliD's car there. oKhaliD's completely in control. I think he's done a great job in this game, mixing up the pace of the play. He's gone for hard hits, he's gone for fast-paced plays a couple of times, he's just lunged at the ball, but other times he's waiting, he's letting the ball bounce, he's messing with the timing of Davoof's defense. Davoof's not really getting many opportunities to play his game. The few possession plays that he has had have been completely shut down. He's got one really good chance on net, which oKhaliD saved brilliantly, and that's a nice defensive touch by oKhaliD. Not just to take control, but to set up a lovely bouncing ball. And he masterfully absorbs the 50-50. My goodness, how did he get so much power on that little effortless chip into the bar? As Davoof's boost runs out once again. Frustrating game for the Italian. And he will end up conceding. Oh no, he won! oKhaliD's missed it! So I spoke too soon. Scoreline remains 3-0, and oKhaliD's been in full control for this one. But we've seen this from him a few times in the past, where he'll be sitting on a 3-goal lead, his opponent doesn't get a single touch on the ball, almost definitely not a relevant touch for minutes at a time, but then as soon as one goal goes in 1v1, you're just a kickoff goal away from a 1-goal game, of course. So Davoof looking to just hang on here. He knows oKhaliD is controlling everything, but if he could just get one chance on the ball, one chance to score a goal, he will go all in for it, and then probably go for a big kickoff as well. But that was it, and oKhaliD's gone past him, and there's the forfeit. No control at all in this game for Davoof. He had one real opportunity on net. oKhaliD saved it. And the rest of the game was all the Saudi Arabian pro one-way traffic. Let's get into game number 2. So same map, colors flip. This time oKhaliD in the orange, Davoof in the blue. And these games were played back to back to back. The third game as well that we will watch today. Davoof needing to do more with his possession in this game, and has to try and find a way to get oKhaliD off the ball, whether that's physical play, whether that's a better challenge game, whether it's just better boost management. There are lots of ways that you can get back into a midfield battle in 1v1. But if you're giving oKhaliD the chance to boost starve you, oh wow, what a flick. Davoof perfectly catches the ball and launches it over the top of oKhaliD's challenge. Noticing perhaps that oKhaliD does like and has been in this matchup, lunging for early challenges quite often. Not this one. He will back off. Oh my goodness, Davuf getting a ton of lift on these shots. That flip reset went way over the challenge of oKhaliD again. oKhaliD is able to lead into a boost steal with a decent flick on net. He's not expecting that flick to ever really cause too much trouble for Davuf's defense. But what will be troublesome is 2 boost steals and then a third shot on target. 1-1. oKhaliD back in it. Davuf able to use the wave dash recovery on a few kickoffs this game and last game. And again, something I've highlighted in the more recent past about oKhaliD's 1v1 game. One maybe weakness that he's got is that he doesn't like to use the wave dash kickoff. He's never, either hasn't just mastered it or decided he doesn't want to do it in his games, because certain players are able to use that against him to get decent kickoff possession percentages. Nobody really ever gets tons of kickoff goals directly on oKhaliD, but getting possession against him is a big deal, because oKhaliD's game plan these days is to get a hold of the ball and never give it back. He just wears down the defense. He chips away his opponent's boost total until eventually he's able to get a shot on target that they can't save. And if you could just take the ball right from the first kickoff, you're already denying oKhaliD that game plan. oKhaliD leaning back into a reset. 50-50 somewhat goes past Davuf, and he'll be able to steal the boost as well. It's more of what we saw in that first game, with oKhaliD just dribbling the ball side to side, back and forward, no rush, never any urgency in any position until an open net presents itself. That one had a little bit of a demo side dish to it. Davuf cannot let this happen for extended periods of time. He has to figure out a way to get some kind of disruptive play when oKhaliD is on the ball. And he's able to 50-50 one through oKhaliD, but misreads the bounce. He thought it was coming off the inside of the post. And just like that, oKhaliD takes the ball off him. That's what Davuf needs to be doing. oKhaliD had a boost disadvantage there. Davuf did have control of the ball. A little bump from oKhaliD got himself back in the game. And it briefly got him possession and then 100 boost to defend with. What can Davuf do? Decides that he will just play for the boost steal after the ball got away from him in that aerial play. oKhaliD denying the ground pinch position. He's right underneath the ball on these air dribbles. He doesn't want Davuf to have any option to chip the ball on target. Now oKhaliD on the counter will put himself up by 2. Davuf a bit careless there. Multiple aerial attacks defended and then eventually counter-attacked. At no point there did oKhaliD really look like he was too uncomfortable with the position. He had the floor pinches covered, even had the floor double tap covered. He wasn't worried about the backboard, wasn't worried about the direct shot. And if you're not threatening direct shots, flip resets, backboard doubles, or high air dribbles, then your opponent can just get underneath you the way that oKhaliD has been doing. But there you go. Davuf lands the flip reset on that play. That could be huge. If aerial game is what he's going to keep going for in offense, he has to get a flip reset. He has to get a double tap. He has to get something of a high threat every now and then. And there's a kickoff goal. This is sort of what we're talking about in the first game. All you need is that one goal in 1v1, then a strong kickoff, you're right back in it. And this, starting at a 2-goal deficit, means that we will end up in a tie game. oKhaliD switches sides, does get the back corner boost steal. Davuf grabbed mid, knowing that the back corner was about to be stolen. oKhaliD not dodging into the 50-50. Davuf will escape with his life after jumping over the demo attempt, completely blind. oKhaliD controlling the ball now in the back corner. Threatening that long shot, and it will be a good one. Oh, not quite. Davuf reacts well. And after the ball bounces off the inside of the post, it will end up going clear. oKhaliD not ended up in the right position as he stole the boost away. Ball waiting to see what kind of shot we were going to get there. Now Davuf dives in early, keeping oKhaliD guessing. The positioning behind the ball there for Davuf was phenomenal. He almost landed a double tap on that after getting bumped into the sidewall. Now oKhaliD's starting to jump over the demo. Hard shot, looks like it might be going into the post. oKhaliD checking to see it is going in. He wasn't sure either. Davuf went a bit too all in for the demo, went a bit too far past the ball to have any chance of getting back. oKhaliD not too worried about the flick that Davuf would generate from that range and that speed and that particular boost total. He now sets up more possession play in the back corner, boost grab and defense. Davuf staying near to the play here, waiting for some kind of weak touch that he can play with, but khalid is not really giving him anything to play with at all as he goes right back to the corner again. This is frustrating for Davuf, who needs a goal desperately. He's got the outplay. The position's a bit too difficult to recycle onto net straight away. And he tried to fake a flip back into his own half there. khalid didn't fall for it, and now he's got control. He's got 100 boost, and surely the game as well. Davuf not really able to get many opportunities in this game either, and he does end up conceding. He's got a ton of shots on net here, but my goodness, is it annoying to play against khalid when he gets control and starts dribbling the ball. At the end of the game here, Davuf, 40 seconds, only really got one realistic shot on target. But the tricks were definitely there. Like what I'm seeing from Davuf, the switch up in the challenge game, keeping khalid guessing. That's been a significant improvement in game number 1, and I think he survived khalid's extended onslaught a lot better than he did in game number 1 as well, not panicking into 50-50 challenges and letting the ball go straight through him, not letting his boost run dry, knowing that the boost seal will come again and again and again. But we've got one more game to take a look at. It's 2-0 for khalid. Let's see if Davuf can get one in third time lucky. So off we go to Forbidden Temple for game number 3. Davuf again in the blue. The wave dash recovery ended up in a bit of an awkward position there. khalid gets underneath the ball and again flicks on target, followed up by a boost seal. How often do you see it from this guy? Never looking for the direct goals from flicks. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, he's got the boost seal. Always looking for the win, regardless of what his opponent does. Now, the way that you can counter what khalid is doing here, besides just catching the ball and starting a counter attack immediately, it's all about landing on the back wall instead of the near post. This great placement from Davuf for your top corner shot. khalid expecting him to go across the goal. The Italian leads 1-0 on Forbidden Temple. You'll often hear myself and other ones commentators talking about it. If you can make a save lunging across the face of your net, land on the back wall instead of inside the net, it makes such a big difference, because now the counter-attack really is threatened. And not only that, if the opponent does go for a boost seal in the back corner, you have position on them. They can't turn without putting themselves at risk of being demoed. They can't turn without putting themselves at risk of being outplayed. Good job by Davuf there, following the play. Not just that, but keeping his boost very healthy. My goodness, khalid is just a beast though. How has he navigated this one into the net? We have to watch this again, because this is actually ridiculous. I don't often replay during these games. I mean, Davuf defended this pretty well. I'll be honest with you guys, there's not much more you can do there. Defends the first attack, keeps his boost nice and healthy so he can challenge again, forces what looks like a pretty decent 50-50, but khalid controls it, darts underneath the ball with a wave dash, and scores into the open net. I mean, sometimes you do a good job against khalid, but his 50 game is just on another level. Now he's baited another flip from Davuf and scores into an open net. It's game 1 all over again. khalid managing to persuade Davuf to flip into the ball, but it really is not a good idea to do so. Davuf gonna lose control here. He's got 100 boost to defend with, but how long will that be the case? khalid again looking for the 50-50 to get it past him. Seems like he's always got that as a worst case scenario, and when the worst case scenario for khalid is 50-50, that's a pretty good exchange. Best case scenario, score. Worst case, 50-50 for the player most known for that particular interaction in the entire game, I would say. Fake wall clear from khalid. He switches sides, might set up the air dribble off the right-hand side wall. First touch, less than ideal. khalid looking to back up Davuf into the net. There it is. Fake to flick from distance. Davuf runs to the net to get out the way, and he ends up getting bumped for his trouble. Control for khalid has been excellent in these games. His choice of where to be and where to put the ball really makes it difficult for Davuf to effectively challenge him, as another 50-50 crushes its way through the goal, and Davuf's troubles just get even worse. Still a long time left in the game though, and this is what Davuf needs to remind himself. Just like game 1, yes, it might not feel like he's had many chances on net, but all it takes is one goal and then a strong kickoff and you're right back in it in this position. khalid manages to navigate another 50-50 through. Terrible shot off target, no boost to seal in the back corner. Mid is up for him though. Davuf didn't have anything there. as he concedes his back corner boost again. Davu preferring to keep control of the ball. You can't really blame him. Shots on target have been so few and far between for him. He probably fancied the zero boost dribble over just watching khalid dribble the ball around for another couple of minutes. But that's what he's going to need to do here. khalid in the back corner again, as we get into the final 2 minutes of the game. Once more the first touch is out into the middle, but this one he does catch up to, and we've got another early forfeit from Davu. And can you blame him? I mean, these games, the first and third game here, must be so frustrating to play, because when khalid is on his game, when he's controlling the ball this well, when he's not just controlling his boost but controlling the opponent's boost also, but you know, even if Davu does reasonably well in the challenges, and I think manages his boost quite well, 50-50s at good times, it still isn't working out for him. Yeah, he just wants to go next. That's fair enough. He had one really good game in that second one there. khalid able to go 3-0 in these ones games, but Davu definitely competitive here. He just couldn't disrupt khalid enough. He couldn't do enough to stop khalid from just forcing his game plan and forcing his style onto the Italian. Yeah, I think just to close out this video, we'll watch back this defensive exchange once again, because I really do think Davu played this quite well, if this is the one I'm thinking of. I think this is the play. So yeah, oh no, this isn't the one I was thinking of at all, it's this one. Well, this is actually quite interesting to watch as well. This might be a decent summary of the entire game, in fact. So khalid faking, or gets the flip reset, pretends to wave dash into the ball, and that's why Davu flips here, because he's thinking that khalid is going to wave dash and smack the ball across the goal line at high speed. A lot of players will do this, so he flips into it with a high hitbox. khalid just doesn't flip. Then of course you've got, oh no, it must have been the first goal. Yeah, it was the first goal. This is I think the best example of why it's annoying to play against khalid that we see in this entire game. Davu has 100 boosts in midfield, fakes a challenge, khalid jumps into the air, so Davu backs off. Initially he jumps because he's thinking khalid is going to fly right at him, and then he realizes it's a mind game, comes down low, gets a very nice 50-50, and he even positioned himself so that if khalid hits the ball into the back wall here to attempt to run across the box for the demo and the boost grab, he'll be able to cut it off. So this is really nicely done. I think, you know, you can't really complain about how Davu is defended here. We'll watch the entire thing once through, actually. But yeah, I mean, that is just that's just so annoying. You do such a good job and then you still concede. Immediate ball pressure, khalid jumps, Davu reads the fake, deflects the ball into the corner, stays on it, doesn't give khalid a completely free aerial play here, because if khalid jumps up to the air, lands a reset on the ceiling, and you're in net at this point, well yeah, you're just getting scored on. So Davu doesn't do that. He doesn't stay in net. He jumps up, gets a 50-50, but somehow khalid blocks that 50-50, and he didn't even dodge. Like, this is what makes it so annoying, is he didn't even flip. He's just there. He's just in the way, and it just, the ball sticks to him. And then he's got the flip for the wave dash so that he can score it. I mean, if that isn't you know, if that isn't an example of, you know, what khalid does to people, I don't know what is. He just wins 50-50s he shouldn't win. He starves his opponents, and just when they think that they've finally got a good 50-50 and they can get back into midfield play, turns out it wasn't a good 50-50 at all, and he scores on them. But good stuff from Davu. I'm really excited to see him and his team, Kuxir and Dead Monster, play in the upcoming RLCS split. khalid, of course, will be playing the third and final split of the season with Falcons now, because Sandrock the Sandrock players have left the organization and joined Falcons, the biggest org in the Middle East. So keep an eye out for Falcons if you want to see khalid, TRK and Ahmad playing 3v3 in the final split of RLCS, see if they can win for the third time in a row. But realistic expectations for Davu from the squad, the Italian Stallions, I think making regionals, that would be a solid really solid thing for them to do. 'Cause, right, these days Europe is pretty stacked all the way down to like the 16th to 20th best teams. There's just so many good teams in Europe now. So making regionals, making top 16 is very impressive. Good luck to them both. And yeah, as for you guys, appreciate what you watching and supporting the channel as always. Hopefully you enjoyed these ranked games. Hopefully you're as excited as I am to see both these guys and their teams play in the upcoming RLCS split. But that'll be all for today. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.